2025 Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special, First Ride Review. Harley-Davidson and adventure bikes. For a long time, that sounded like two worlds that just didn't mix. Harley was all about cruisers, chrome, and long highways. But then came the Pan America in 2021, and it shook things up in a big way. This wasn't just a cruiser with dirt tires. It was a full-on ADV machine built to take on BMWs, KTMs, and Ducatis. And guess what? It worked. The Pan America quickly became the best-selling ADV bike in the US its first year out. Now, 4 years later, we're swinging a leg over the 2025 Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special. The question is, can it still keep pace in a class where everyone is pushing harder each season? Let's dive in. What's new for 2025? Honestly, not a ton in terms of mechanicals. The big technical update came last year, when Harley upgraded the electrical and charging systems. That meant a beefier wiring harness, a new stator and rotor for better low RPM output, and a larger battery. Basically, you can run heated gear, extra lights, or whatever farkles you want without worrying about frying the system. Those upgrades also fixed some early electrical gremlins, which were one of the Pan Am's weak points. And yes, those changes can be retrofitted on older models. For 2025, it's mainly new paint options. Our test bike came in the flashy blue burst color, which adds $550. And of course, Harley had it dressed to the nines with a laundry list of accessories: tubeless wire spoke wheels, tall windscreen, beefy skid plate, brush guards, radiator shield, crash protection everywhere, and even a Screamin' Eagle, street cannon, muffler. Toss in the optional adaptive ride height and quickshifter, plus a set of Michelin Anarchy Wild tires, and you're looking at an as-tested price north of $25,000. The heart, Revolution Max 1250. This is where Harley really broke with tradition. The Pan Am runs the liquid-cooled Revolution Max 1250 engine, a 60-degree V-twin with modern tech like variable valve timing and finger-follower valve train. Forget pushrods. This thing revs like a sport bike but still delivers that meaty V-twin torque. Harley claims 150 horsepower and 94 lb-ft of torque, but dyno runs put it closer to 124 horsepower at the wheel and about 77 lb-ft. Either way, it's plenty. It pulls hard everywhere, low, mid, and top end. On gravel, it's tractable enough to steer with the rear. On pavement, it'll keep you smiling all the way to red line. Tech and rider aids. The Pan America 1250 Special comes stacked with electronics: IMU-based cornering ABS, traction control, wheelie control, cruise, hill hold, and TPMS. You get riding modes like rain, road, sport, off-road, and off-road plus 2 custom slots. The TFT screen lets you fine-tune throttle, power delivery, engine braking, suspension, and ARH. That said, the electronics are starting to feel a bit behind compared to Euro rivals. Throttle response in stock modes can be abrupt, and traction control is either too intrusive or too loose. There's not much middle ground. Wheelie control is tied to TC, so forget about fun power wheelies without turning everything off. For a $20,000 plus bike, it feels like Harley should be updating this software more aggressively. Suspension and handling. This is where the Pan Am shines. The special uses show a semi-active suspension with 7.5 inches of travel front and rear. It's not the longest in class, but it's more than capable. The adaptive ride height system automatically lowers the seat height at stops, which is a game changer for shorter riders. On the road, it's stable and predictable. Off-road, it can take a beating and keep its composure. Our test bike had chunky Anarchy Wild tires, which gave it solid bite in the dirt but dulled some of its agility on pavement. Swap them for the street-biased Michelin Scorcher Adventures, and you'll feel more of its nimbleness, comfort, and ergonomics. This bike is built to travel. The seat sits at 34.4 inches in the high position, but ARH drops it closer to 33.7 at stops. The windscreen is adjustable and works well enough, though taller riders might want more coverage. Controls are within reach, the riding position is relaxed, and you've got niceties like handguards and an adjustable brake pedal. Long days in the saddle? No problem. The Pan Am is comfortable for commuting, touring, and blasting gravel roads. Brakes. Up front, you get Brembo 4-piston calipers and 320mm rotors, solid stopping power, no complaints there. The rear brake, though, is a bit touchy. With the stock tire pressures and off-road rubber, it's easy to lock up, which is fine if you're sliding into corners but less fun on the street. Verdict: where it stands in 2025. Here's the deal, the ADV class is cutthroat. BMW just dropped the R1300 GS, KTM keeps upping its game, Ducati is doing Ducati things with the Multistrada, and Triumph has a killer Tiger 1200. In that mix, the Pan America is still competitive, but mainly because of its motor, chassis, and comfort, not its electronics. If you want the most polished electronic aids, look elsewhere. But if you want a bike with loads of character, a killer V-twin, solid suspension, and genuine long-distance chops, the Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special is still worth your time. It's proof that Harley can build more than cruisers, and build them well. Bottom line, the 2025 Pan America 1250 Special isn't perfect, but it's a legit ADV contender with plenty of Harley soul.